Well, good Wednesday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majestic back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with your weather update here on your December the 10th, 2025. Well, we're dealing with some sunshine, some clouds. We got another front moving through the area. It was a briefly milder day today. In fact, Atlanta officially went above normal for the first time since Thanksgiving. It's been that long, been almost 2 weeks, and now we're going to see below normal temperatures come back again briefly for tomorrow before another warm up going the weekend, and then the real cold stuff arrives coming into Sunday. Now, before we get into this full report, if you're watching anywhere here across North Georgia here on YouTube, please help us out. We're trying to grow this channel organically, one subscriber at a time. So please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future content. And as always, if you ever have a weather-related question, please, by all means, leave a question down below. All right, let's go ahead and take a live look up there in Delano, guys. We've got some sunshine, high clouds moving on through here. Same down here toward Lake Lanier as well, with the clouds moving through with the frontal boundary. It's getting ready to sweep on through the area and cool us down. They're going to set for a chilly night here for tonight. All right, local radar is all clear. Expect to remain that way. Might see some snow flurries, so showers up into the Smokies. I don't think that'll sneak into northeast Georgia, but areas up there in North Carolina might see a little bit there. Regional satellite showing, again, some of these high clouds coming through the area here for this afternoon. We had sunshine for a lot of the day, but now we got some high clouds moving through here for right now. And looking at our regional radar, you kind of see the temperatures out ahead of front, pretty warm. Look at that, 58 degrees down there at Peachtree City. Again, that's a lot warmer than we were yesterday, but we're going to be back in the 40s for a lot of places for tomorrow before we get another warm-up going into the weekend. All right, let's go and take a look at our regional model here. Again, not a whole lot to show you here, as we're just kind of watching the this a little bit of upslope, a little bit of snows that may come into areas up toward North Carolina. You kind of see that up there toward the north. See a little bit there. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to move that like that. But let me pull back a little bit there so you can see that. And let me back that up here a little bit so you can see that once again. And you see some of that activity. See it kind of coming through there? Yeah, a little bit. But I don't really expect any precipitation with this. Air is kind of dry over us right now. So, but just get ready for colder temperatures for tomorrow. Now, so we go and take a look at our forecast map. As I go and put you through this again, kind of watch that little timestamp there from the Weather Service here as we kind of highlight this. As we're looking pretty good for tomorrow, we'll be kind of cold. Again, you're seeing some of those snows up there across areas of Tennessee and into Virginia, areas up in there. Might see a little bit of snow. Not going to really amount to much, but there's this right there. And as we go into your Friday, we're going to see things begin to warm up. There's a reason for that. As that high begins to shift off toward the east, look where it is there, or shifts to the east, we get because a southwesterly flow comes up. We're going to warm up once again on to Friday and on Saturday. So as we go into Saturday, we got that other front coming toward us there. There's Friday night, and then going into Saturday, here comes going into Saturday and Sunday. There's Saturday, there's Sunday, and it's going to be breezy on Sunday. So our high temperatures on Sunday going to be probably pretty early, falling in the afternoon. We may have wind chills by, say, 6, 7 o'clock, down near zero for a lot of places, single digits across North Georgia, because the wind's going to be blowing about 10 to 25 miles per hour as the temperatures are falling. So very cold temperatures. And then a cold night there for Monday morning, expecting teens and 20s, low end of the 20s, a pretty hard freeze there on Monday. And then temperatures begin to rebound going into Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm not putting a rain chance in there on Wednesday for right now. Weather Service is kind of painting a pretty broad brush there right now, but I'm going to wait until we get a little bit closer before putting in a rain chance in there for right now. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at your forecast here for tomorrow. Noticeably cooler. Like I said, we're about 56 degrees here in Gainesville today. We'll be 47 tomorrow, 47, 32. I'm over in Brazelton. So, again, we're expecting lows tonight, mostly in the 20s. A few 30s, obviously. Gainesville being near the lake, they're at 32. 27 LJ, 29 Rome, 25 up in Blairsville. Daytime highs, almost everybody here, everybody pretty much, in the 40s, even Rome's at 49. So a pretty cold day ahead. Again, the wind should begin to diminish up a little bit as we get later in the afternoon. Regionally, looks like everybody's temperatures here roughly about 10 degrees cooler than they were on your Wednesday going into Thursday. So 59 in Mobile, New Orleans, Destin, 43 in Nashville, some clouds there, 38 in Nashville, ouch, 51 in Columbia. Next 7 days, here's the roller coaster. I'm going to tell you, flirting with 60 degrees on Saturday. On Sunday, it's going to be 30s, maybe get up to 40 by mid-morning, and then falling in the afternoon. Wind chills down near zero by the time we get into the evening hours. And then on Monday, it's going to be a fight. Gainesville's at 23. That means Blairsville, Blue Ridge, Hiawassee probably in the mid to upper teens, most likely for those areas there. Again, very, very cold. Such as is going to be very cold, maybe down into the single digits with the elevation. And then as we go up into Tuesday and Wednesday, temperatures rebound. Wednesday is a question mark because Europeans trying to wedge us a little bit, and the GFS warms us up. So I'm kind of going a little in between, waiting to see what happens with if we get a wedge or not on that day. Give you an example. I think they were keeping us in the 40s for highs on Wednesday in Gainesville if we got wedged. But we'll wait and see. We got a little time on that one. All right, so anyway, just deal with the roller coaster. No big rains. Lake levels continue to fall. In fact, I was checking the levels on this. I posted on Facebook on this. We're the lowest level since 2023, going back the last 5 years. And in that year, it actually started going back up at the end of December. I don't see that happening here. In fact, this will probably go back down. And by the time we get to the end of the year, it will be the lowest lake levels we've seen across North Georgia in probably about 5 years plus. So dry weather will continue. Again, I appreciate you guys checking us out. If you haven't given us a subscribe, please do so at this time. It'll be an honor and privilege to have you on board. All right, you guys take it easy, be good, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.